When will this rain ever stop? Will too much rain kill my succulents? Hello there, my name is Liz, a succulent addict. Welcome to my garden. We have come back from a month-long trip, prospecting trip. I haven't had a chance to have a close look at my succulents or inspected them since I came back. And it's been raining non-stop for the past 3 days. And it's forecast more rain today. This is actually, you can see it's starting again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm just having my cuppa for the morning. And I thought I'd inspect them. And last night, while it was raining, I thought I'd put out these ones that doesn't belong there. Now my path is covered with succulents. So you got the frizzle sizzle, and what are you? That's a crassula. Another crassula. Look how beautiful the color of this crassula. I don't know if this video is going to be good because there's no sun, but we are going to inspect my succulents. That's carunculated sea dragon. How is my sea dragon doing? And looks alright. Hang on, I'll put my coffee down. It was a bit soft when I touched it last night, like the back part here. So it needed some water. And also this cactus here. This is a pseudo cactus. Look at that, beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful coloration. Oh my goodness, look at that. Well, we've been getting a lot of rain since March. And I have a lot of succulents that won't be able to handle too much watering. So I've heard horror stories about Romeos, especially, that a lot of people can't seem to grow them. So that's a Romeo, and I'll show you. Those are sort of hybrids, I think, now. And I'll show you this one here. I'm trying to move slowly so my camera work is not all wobbly. Okay, so that one is my original Romeo and is about to flower. Those two at the back there was planted in the garden or in a big pot, and I was worried that they might rot, and so I pulled them out. That was already in March when I pulled them out and put them in the pot there, and I haven't watered them since. So all up, I haven't watered any of these plants since actually February, and the only ones I'm watering are the seedlings, the little leaves or leaves. What are these leaves? Because there's more than one. Hang on, I just got distracted with this beautiful snow white. Look at you. Or there's another name for that, but it's Echeveria snow white, I call it. These succulents are all grown outdoors with no protection from the element, and we get extreme weather or temperatures in the area that we live in. We do get frost in winter. The coldest so far that these succulents have experienced is minus 10.6 Celsius. Summers can be as hot as 43 degrees Celsius. This is my big crested Fridissima Nom Inval. This is how big this plant was when I bought it 4 years ago. And look at it now. This war dancer. Look at that, beautiful. So I've had this now for 4 years as well, this plant, and a prolific grower or a fast grower. And I've already taken a couple of cuttings off of that and given it away. The Aeoniums, I hardly feature my Aeonium, but because I they get overlooked because they're tucked in this corner. So this is a kiwi. This one in summertime, especially if it's exposed to the sun, that grows all really nice red and green, all crazy rainbow colors. I call it rainbow colors because it's just gorgeous. Now this one is a haworthii. Beautiful, look at that, and quite large. I think they're going to grow bigger than that. This one is Sunburst, a crested one. So I have another crested one behind me, or a couple of them somewhere. And this, what are you? This is, I think, red edge. Decorum, that's the name I was looking for. Aeonium red edge decorum. There you go. We go back there so we don't lose the label. And now this is gonna go as long as it can. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. This area here, apart from the frillies or the carunculated succulents or echeverias, these are very, very, very common Echeveria I've got here. So this one is called the gusto. This is very common. It's quite inexpensive. I only paid about $3 or $4 for the plant at my local hardware store back then. And that one is an Echeveria clara. But anyway, this one here, it looks like a clara, but it's a globulosa 2. So I've got globulosa 2 because this is my first globulosa. When I got this one, the mother plant is this one. It's only one plant, and it's a very slow grower. And so far, 4 years now, or I would say almost 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another one over there. So 5 years now almost. But the color, and it's compact and small. See, so I don't know if they grow big, but from what I've researched is that they're not very big. A friend of mine who grows succulents as well, she doesn't have a globulosa, and she's been begging me to give her one of these, but I don't want to cut it. I've had experience wherein one plant becomes 4, and I tried to separate them from the mother, and what happened? The mother dies. The baby's still alive, and but the mother died because I think she doesn't want to be disturbed while having a baby, or maybe it was the wrong time of the year for me to pull out her babies anyway. So this one is a mix of forgot Joanne Daniel. They're all Echeveria, and except that one, that's Echeveria Letitia, and I'm trying to grow it so I can propagate it and have babies. And this one is a, what are you? Carrie's Choice. Most of the succulents I grow in terracotta pots. So I've got 2 sizes. The 17 centimeter and the 23 centimeter pots is where my stock plant is. So that means that's my mother plant. That's where I will be getting the babies from. So I'm trying to grow them fast so that I can propagate them. And then so I can put them in pretty pots. So when they look like that, so that's an Echeveria shamrock. But look at the color, oh my goodness, it's like a pale yellow. And that one's also shamrock. And then I'm gonna go behind and show you another beautiful shamrock. This is a Sedum or something, but that's one beautiful plant as well. It's easy growing. I have never actually seen that one flower yet, but it's a beautiful plant. Where is my shamrock? I was looking at it because I have to take the garbage out, or the rubbish, the bin, and look at that shamrock, and I just walk past it and I have to stop and look at it, and look at how beautiful that is. So that's a shamrock. So I am losing my thought. This is Echeveria Acacia Pons. This is another common Echeveria that doesn't really need watering. So, and for those places where you get a lot of rain, one of the biggest problem I think for you is that you have too much water. So my suggestion, well, I'm suggesting something now because I get a lot of people asking me questions what to do with their succulents. If they live somewhere where there's only 2 seasons, wet and dry, so which is the rainy season and the dry season. And let's check out this one. So that's a Parposarum that I haven't watered for over half a year. Well, it's just dependent on nature. So anyway, let's go back to tropic watering. When do you water your succulents? And my answer is always water them when they need it. One of the biggest factors in growing succulent, I find, this is my experience, so I don't know what other people's experiences are, but for me, is the soil. I've done an experiment wherein I put a Romeo in not suitable soil for the Romeo, and it died. So it grew really, really big and fast, and it was beautiful, but then it died because it got rained on. We had heavy rains at that time, but the other one is okay. I hope you're okay. Yep. Romeo Rubin. Okay, so everything else is okay except this one. See, this is the thing with all these succulents. You're better off not watering them, because this is what happens. This area, I mainly grow these plants here now to see how fast, because I know they will grow fast if you put them in a lot of soil and big. I don't really want to grow big succulents. I want small and compact and beautiful. So small things or beautiful things comes in small, beautiful things comes in small packages or something like that. Anyway, I like that saying. Anyway, this one's now, this is out in the open, so there's no covering, okay? So people say I'm covering them. No, I'm not. My hands is dying. Oh, I'm shake. Okay, so I swap hands. I have to put my coffee down. Okay, this is what are you? Pachypython blue haze. This is blue haze, and you can see, I just noticed this, when there's too much water, the leaf or the leaves will burst. You see that? So there's a bursting because it's having too much water. So goes to show that you don't really need watering. But then when that starts happening, the only concern I have is that it starts spreading into the other plants as well, and they will burst. Okay, I'm just touching them because, yeah, there's still room for them to take on more water. So that one probably had a little cut on it, and then so rendered the plant weak, and therefore that's where the first one that the leaf is bursting or showing signs of too much water or bursting. And what I normally do, I would wait for a few days for the weather to dry up, and I would normally jiggle that. I could even jiggle that now, but I'll leave it first. I have to inspect, see if I could see any water damage. It's still sort of soft. I can feel some softness, so it can still afford to get more water. So this is my mother plant, and this is now the babies. I have to repot it after a couple of years because it wasn't happy with the little pot I've got it in. So now I decided to put it in a big pretty pot and torture it. So it was first growing in shaded 50% UV area, and then now I expose it to 100% sunlight and frost and everything. Oh, what are you? You beautiful one. So now this is gorgeous, but I can see a little bit of, see, dry because it hasn't been watered for a while, and root rot. It's not root rot, it's just dry. So I'm not, oh look, so that is a sign of too much water, but it's not rotting, it's still hard. But once you get translucency like that, it means it's getting too much water. Best way to deal with that is nip it in the bud, or I should say take it out. I normally pull them out. That way, if it is root rot, it doesn't infect the rest of the plant. So now this one, I'll just put you here for now. You can go in the crystal here, which look. Oh, sun. Okay, I hope the sun comes out, but then they forecast more rain. Anyway, okay, you can go here. I'll just put you here next to that one. Now more succulent arrangement. This is Sedum, lucidum, and this another Sedum, lucidum, Goblin. So this is a Goblin. The Goblin is short and fat, and look at that. See the difference? Oh, the size, beautiful. So that's frost hardy. Expose it to the sun. I don't know if I live in somewhere with there's snow, would I let you live outside as well? So maybe I will do some experimenting. So that's an old plant, and it's about to flower as well. Look at that. And this is Dudleya, beautiful Dudleya. They're just red and pink, and look at the gorgeous Dudleya, beautiful. And oh, myalin, Echeveria myalin, beautiful color. Oh, yummy, yummy. And these are different ebony. Echeveria agavoides, ebony. Okay, I'll pull back. See the color, different colors, and more up the top there. So that's ebony, 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 ebony. Oh, hello, gorgeous. Something, you're in Echeveria with something glitters. There you go, glitters. Look at you. Oh, beautiful. Okay, this area here, can you see my little cacti area here? These are mostly ebony and chihuahuayensis. And so this, I actually bought these ones from Kmart, this little cactus planter thing, and then I drilled a hole. So for those people who have a small space to grow succulents, you can, there's another idea that maybe you could use, and then drill a hole, and then I tie up a wire in the bottom, don't know if you can see that, and then sort of just piggyback them to each other. Okay, so someone asked me as well if the color of the Othonna capensis, this is a ruby necklace, stay all year round. So this is, I already actually took some cuttings from this because a friend of mine wanted some. So the other day quickly I chopped some off before it rained. So just got back on a trip last Thursday, and Friday I was chopping off plants so I can grow it and give it to a friend in time for springtime. Okay, my coffee's dead. Hang on, I have to cup coffee.